بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا وإخلاصا يا رب العالمين. جزاكم الله خيرا for joining us for this workshop, important workshop to have peace at our home and in our life, inshallah. So my name is Rahabi Muhammad. I'm Imam of Masjid Al-Ansar, a PhD in Islamic Studies. I'm certified in Ijaza, Quran Al-Kareem, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I have been teaching these topics: how to have peace in your life, how to have successful marriage for a couple of years, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I have some couples, new couples, and some of them they have children, and they established their life, but they have some issues. So Alhamdulillah, by the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I help them to solve their issues. Now we are here to learn more about some tools and some skills that will help us, inshallah, to have happiness and to have, inshallah, peace in our life. Marriage in Islam is something very important. Islam, so in the beginning we have just today, Saturday, and next Saturday. And in 2 days or a few hours, it will be very intensive meeting and information. So please forgive me to give you more information so you can have your note, and we will have, inshallah, time to answer your questions. But in general, I will maybe open your eyes about certain things we need to be aware of. Sometimes we have issues, we have maybe problems, but we don't know why. We need to know why, so it's easy for us to solve it. Easy for us, inshallah ta'ala, to find solutions for it. There is nothing impossible or difficult in this life to find a solution. Allah Azza wa Jalla created us, and He loves us, and He wants good for us in dunya and akhirah. I would like to share with you few things here about the keys to successful marriage. Number one, Islam encourages people to marriage. What do you know about marriage in Islam? And it will be interactive meeting and session. So please give me your answers and give me your thoughts. We need to learn from each other, inshallah ta'ala. So what do you think about marriage in Islam? Yes, Daniel.
Know that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had said that it's half your deen.
It's half your deen. Complete your deen to get married. Yes, right. What else? Yes.
It's a protection from all sorts of fitna.
It is protection from the fitna, from things around you. Yes, right. What else? What do you know? What do you think that marriage in Islam, what that means for you?
Mawadda wa rahma. Mawadda wa rahma.
Mawadda wa rahma, passion and mercy between you and your spouse. Mawadda and rahma, tranquility, peace, mercy. Okay. In Quran Al-Kareem, we have 146 verses talking about marriage, about families, about children, about parents, about the rights and the duties of both wife and husband. Meaning, Quran Al-Kareem addressed 146 verses to talk about these topics, meaning something very important. And that give us also other signs that marriage in Islam something not easy. It is contract, marriage contract. We call it marriage contract. It is contract between you and your spouse. In Islam, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned many ahadith about marriage, about husband, about wife. One of these things that that Quran said, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, if you spend money to your wife and to your house, it is act of charity, act of ibadah. Whenever you spend, whenever you pay your bills, pay for food, for your wife, pay for your children, every single dollar that you are spending, it is act of ibadah. And this is only for married people. For single, they don't have that chance. Okay? قال عليه الصلاة والسلام إذا أنفق. I will not go to details with more evidence or verses or saying because it will take time, but I will give you just very quick ideas about it to have an idea, because we'll go to the more important thing in our workshop, how to have happiness in your life with your spouse. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إذا أنفق المسلم نفقة على أهله وهو يحتسبها كانت له صدقة. Whenever a Muslim spend money on his wife and his house, and he has good intention, Allah will accept it from him as a sadaqah, as a charity. And he will see it on his scale on the day of judgment as a charity and nur, light. Number two, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam encouraged us to get married. And one day, a group of people came to the house of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, asked about his ibadah, about his worship. So when his wife replied the answer that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam doing this and that for ibadah, for salah, for siyam, relation between him and his wife. So this group of people, 3 men, one of them said, for me, I'm going to fast every day, forever. Other one, he said, I'm going to pray all night. I will not go to bed to sleep. I will spend my time with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I will just pray. The third person said, I'm going to stay single. Because if I get married, I will be busy with my wife, with my children, with my house, with things. And so I will stay single and to seek knowledge and worship Allah more and more. When the Prophet Muhammad came back, and they told him, they informed him about this story, about these 3 people, he get mad. He said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you guys said this and that, it is wrong. Amma ana, I'm a prophet, I'm the messenger of Allah. I pray and sleep. I fast and eat, and I get married. This is the sunnah, this is the way of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if you don't follow the footsteps of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you are not part of his ummah, of his nation. You are creating something new, and it is against the nature, against the fitrah that Allah Azza wa Jal created us. Number 3, to get married, you have also something good in your life, that you are helping your spouse to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? What about now? Okay, thank you for letting me know. Let me. No?
The slides, I think they're not needed.
Maybe. Yes.
No.
No?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Jazakallah khair. So when you get married, you will have other opportunity to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will help your spouse to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will help your spouse to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam one day he said, رحم الله رجلا قام من الليل فصلى وأيقظ امرأته فإن أبت نضح في وجهها الماء ورحم الله امرأة قامت من الليل فصلت وأيقظت زوجها فإن أبت نضحت في وجهه الماء. May Allah have mercy upon a man, upon a husband who get up from his bed to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he remembered his wife to worship Allah, and he called her, he wake her up. If she refused to wake up to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he would bring some water and sprinkle it on her face nicely and gently. If she refused, but she nicely and gently, out of love, out of mercy, to wake her up to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala together. And he said, Prophet ﷺ, and may Allah have mercy upon a wife who would wake up at the mid of night to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and she called her husband to worship Allah with her. And if he refused, she would bring some water and to sprinkle on his face to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because when you worship Allah together, shaitan will go away from your house. When you pray together, shaitan will stay away from your house. When you obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shaitan will not come to your life. So this is very important. Number 4, for those who get married, they will have the reward of raising children, educating your children. Well, you will have reward. If you are single, you will have no chance. You don't have that opportunity to raise good children, those who will worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who will help their community, those who will be good leaders, those who will teach others, those who will help themselves and help others. So when you get married and you have children, Allah will bless you with good children to help them and to educate them. If you have 3 daughters and you educate them well, you will enter Al-Jannah. So one Sahabi said, Ya Rasulullah, what if I have just 2 daughters? He said, even if you have 2 daughters, you will enter Al-Jannah after you take care of them well. Another companion said, Ya Rasulullah, if I have only 1 daughter? He said, yes, if you take care of her, you educate her well, you raise her well, she will be your gate to Jannah, to paradise. If you are single, you have no chance to do that, right? Okay, now, number 5 also, the reward of a woman when she obeys her husband and she is taking care of him and taking care of her house. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, أيما امرأة ماتت وزوجها عنها راض دخلت الجنة. Whenever a lady, a wife, died and her husband was happy with her, she will enter paradise, Jannah. And other hadith, Prophet ﷺ said, إذا صلت المرأة خمسها وصامت شهرها وحفظت فرجها وأطاعت زوجها دخلت جنة ربها. When a lady, when a woman, when the wife prayed 5 daily prayers and fast Ramadan and protect herself from doing haram and obeyed her husband, she will enter Jannah. She will enter. This is a promise from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In Islam, if you go to different way out of the marriage or the legal marriage, if you do go to other ways to fulfill your desire, you are committing big sin. And it is major sin. And there is punishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you do that. Why? Because Islam wanted people to protect their children, their families, and their health. Not messing up. Children without fathers, children without families. That community or that society will be messed up and you will have many issues. So Islam said you have to fulfill your desire from the right way, the right channel. Something else in Islam, Islam taught us and reminded us to make it easy for ourselves and for others. When you get married and someone asks your maybe daughter's hand, you should not ask him for big amount of mahar or gift. I need house and car and I need this amount of money and this amount of gold, then I will agree. You are making things difficult for your daughter and for the husband. Then issues will come to the society. So Islam encourages us to make it easy. أكثر النساء مهرا بركة أيسرهن مهرا. The blessed wife, the blessed marriage, that marriage has easy things, no cost, not that money to waste that money just for the sake of people to mention you or to talk about you. Easy going. So that's why sometimes you see some people, why you don't get married? Because I don't have a house yet, I don't have enough money yet, I don't have a good job yet. Why? Make it easy for yourself and let people make it easy for you. I know some people, they ask for the gift, just teach her Quran. One day I performed nikah ceremony for a family, may Allah bless them. So we will go through it, the rules of the marriage or the principles of the nikah, arkanu aqd al-zawaj. So it is mahar, gift. We have to put it in the marriage contract. And I asked the wife and her father, her guardian, what about mahar? What about the gift? He said, nothing. We just, she doesn't want anything from him. I told him, really? He said, yes. She just asked for her mahar to let her go to Hajj. She wants to go with him, with her husband, to Hajj. This is a mahar. Maybe this year or next year or in 2-3 years, but as soon as possible. He replied, his father said, Alhamdulillah, we are good. We are fine. Whenever he wants to live, she will live with him. Whatever he wants to eat, she will eat with him. So we don't worry about it. We just agree that he is a good person. And after that, that details, that things, we don't put our nose on it. It is up to her and him. Allah will bless them and Allah will provide them barakah and things in their life. The most important thing that he is good, she is good, and they will go to their journey well, inshallah. So this is very important in Islam. Encourage people to get married. Now, what the ruling in Islam in marriage? The rules of marriage in Islam. Okay, can I hear from you? What do you think? Marriage in Islam, it is mandatory, it is sunnah, it is dislike, we have to, we don't have to. What do you think? Yes.
I'd say that more or less it's sunnah,
Sunnah.
because there are scenarios where a person would not want to get married because of something they may have been born with.
Okay. Thank you. What else? What do you think about marriage in Islam? The rules. You know, Salah is mandatory. Fast is mandatory. Hajj is mandatory if you can. Zakah mandatory if you have that amount of money. Worshiping Allah, it is farad. No way. You have to worship Allah, one God. So what else? What do you think?
The man usually has the financial obligations to provide for his family, and at the same time, the woman has the obligation to take care of the child and breastfeed him until like 2 years. And if she doesn't want to breastfeed, they bring someone for breastfeeding them. At least that's like from the Quran directly.
Your wife is looking at you now. Yeah, you went in deep. In general, to think about marriage as a wife, as a man or woman, what do you think?
من استطاع منكم الباءة فليتزوج.
Say it again, please.
من استطاع منكم الباءة فليتزوج.
من استطاع منكم الباءة فليتزوج. Okay, good. Thank you. Whoever is able to get married and he has requirements of marriage, let him get married. Okay. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 levels to get married. Number 1, al-wujub, mandatory. You have to. No way to escape that project. For who? No. Now we have 4 things: mandatory or sunnah. You have option to get married or not, and we have dislike. It is not that recommended for you to get married, and we have also haram to get married. Huh? Something strange?
Yeah.
Strange, huh? Let us explain these few things. Mandatory. من استطاع منكم الباءة فليتزوج. For the man, he is able to get married, able to have that responsibility, good health, not good wealth, but he has enough money to spend upon himself and his wife, and he finds the desire to get married. He loves to. So he's normal. Naturally, every man, everyone, they want to get married. So at that level, yes, it is mandatory for him to get married. Otherwise, he will fulfill his desire in wrong way that we talked about earlier. So for this man, okay, go ahead and say Bismillah. Look for good wife and get married for him. Okay, mandatory for that person. Now option, if someone has no that desire, for any reason, maybe health issue, or he has money but it's not enough that much to open house, but he can, and he is like in the middle. Okay, it is option for him, it is optional for him. He has that choice to say to get married right now or to wait a little bit. The first one, he has to go right now. He is hungry and he has to eat. He should not wait, otherwise he will maybe steal something, otherwise he commits sin. So for that person, first case, let him go. Number 3, dislike. For dislike person, the one, he has desire to get married, but he has no qualification to fulfill his responsibility toward his wife or toward his children. Physically or in any other side of his life. He is not prepared enough. He is not qualified to be a husband. Being husband, you have to be father later on. You have to be husband. You have responsibility toward your wife. Maybe he has also maybe some health issues. He cannot live well with his wife. Maybe she doesn't like his situation to stay with him. Yes.
So, dislike because he's poor?
Poor? Maybe yes. Poor, he is not able to take care of his wife. Yes. One also thing, dislike to propose or to ask woman's hand, and if she already engaged with somebody else, it is dislike. You should not knock her door if you hear or you know that she already talked or promised someone else. Yes. No. Okay. قال عليه الصلاة والسلام لا يخطب أحدكم على خطبة أخيه. Do not ask woman's hand if your friend or your brother or community member already asked her hand. Okay. Now something haram, forbidden to do, to get married. And this is very strange maybe, because always we hear shuyukh, imam say, marriage in Islam, get married, من استطاع منكم الباء فليتزوج, complete your half of your deen, but now it is haram. How? Maybe you are.
For the man, if you marry someone who's not a person of the book, like the people of the book.
Yes. Yes, it is not. Yeah, as a man, as a Muslim, you can get married from the women of the book, people of the book. Yes.
Probably marrying your own kid or marrying, family, like your daughter or your son.
It is haram, of course. Yeah. Yeah, we cannot think in this way to get married from your own close family, daughter or sister or uncle or yeah, aunt. Of course, yeah. Thank you. Yes. Yes, it is haram. Yes, sister.
What do you get in
Having
what?
illness like HIV, having illness like certain disease like HIV.
Yes, with this what we are going to talk about it. If he has illness, disease, and that illness is danger or might affect his life with his wife or wife with her husband later on, she or he supposed to tell him or to tell her that I have this situation. They should not hide it. If they hide it, they have right to break that marriage after. It is contract. and they have to be clear and to be honest with each other.
Is that something also like related to people committed like infidelity or like zina, like الزانية لا ينكح إلا زان أو مشرك والزاني لا ينكح إلا زان.
That is different story. Talking about those who commit adultery, zina, fahisha, they can get married from each other. That is different story. Yes, of course. But if they repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and each one of them, they went to different countries, and they repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they open a new page with Allah, yes, they can get married from others. Yeah. For this also haram.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Women can't marry non-Muslim men.
Non-Muslim man, yes, it is haram. Why? This question came to us. Why you allow man to get married from non-Muslim, from the people of the book, but you don't allow woman to get married from non-Muslim?
You cannot convert them. I think because man is supposed to be the imam role, but not woman as a leading in the family.
I think it's related to the religion of the children, like most probably that we follow the dad religion. At least that
Good answer, because the children will follow the dad's faith, number one. Number one, let us give you this answer. Whenever we have why related to our deen, our faith, related to our deen, any question start with why. The first answer should be because Allah told us to do this. Number one, make it easy for yourself and for others. No need to know why or for this reason, for that reason, for that reason. I don't care. What I know, what I trust Allah. He told me do this and do not do this. He told me to eat halal and to avoid haram. Okay? Khalas. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No discussion. Now let us go in deep to know, to understand more. Yes, we might know more details. That is good to increase our faith. But in general, because Allah told us to do this. Allah said no, no. Allah said yes, yes. He knows best and He loves us and He knows what is good and best for us. He has wisdom behind it. Some scholars mentioned what, like brother, your name? Iyad mentioned that because the children will follow the faith of their father. And we want the new generation to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If that father is not worshiping Allah, so it is a big issue. They have no rules, they have no etiquette, they have no instructions, they have no book, holy book to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number two, when you get married from non-Muslim woman, you know what in Islam? The obligation in Islam, Islam told you to respect her and to respect her faith, her deen. And you have to help her to go to her church every Sunday. You have to pick her up and drop her off every Sunday if she wants. But for the wife, when she gets married from non-Muslim, we don't have authority to talk with him, to ask him, take your wife to the mosque every Friday or every other day if she has halaqah or lecture or whatever. We don't have authority for that non-Muslim husband. But for Muslim husband, he knows his deen commanded him to do good things and to be nice with her non-Muslim wife. Wallahu a'lam. Yes, brother.
Someone is saying that people of the book and Hindu is not from the people of the book, right? Hinduism. So what if a woman converts to Islam? Is it allowed or is it not?
Yeah, of course. If she converted to Islam, khalas, she is Muslim. Yeah, of course. If she converted to Islam, she is Muslim. And if that person, that husband converted to Islam before they get married, I have many stories, cases. I perform nikah. So mean at the nikah ceremony time, that husband converted to Islam because he said he decided with his family to, I will announce that I am Muslim at that time. That's fine. Okay. Haram to get married. If she or he, they have disease, they have illness, and they cannot live with that illness with other person. Or if that husband, he has no enough money to spend on his wife or his house. Okay? Or if that person, he has money, but he is very stingy, he cannot spend. And he knows from himself, I cannot pay, I cannot give, I can't. So we have, it is disease, it is illness. So it is haram for that person to get married and put people in issues with him. Okay? Now, the question now, brothers and sisters, why we get married? What the reason to get married? We have it? No? No, the question for you. I will show you the answer later.
The screen is still on the.
Yes, I will give you this screen later on.
Oh.
I will give this answer. For what? To increase your community, okay.
Stay away from zina.
To stay away from zina, okay. Huh? Multiply to have more kids, yes. Same answer of first answer, yes. What else?
It's form of sadaqah.
It's kind of sadaqah, okay.
Mental support.
Mental support, good. What else?
Emotional stability.
Yes, agree. What? Complete their iman.
Children are sadaqah jariyah.
Sadaqah jariyah. Yeah, so two answers with sadaqah, two answers about faith and doing halal, emotional side, mental side. So, okay, what else? We can summarize it in few things. Religious motivation. What you said now, religious, because Prophet ﷺ said, because Quran said, because our faith, we complete our deen, all of these, sadaqah, it is part of the faith, deen. Okay, religious reasons. Number two, social reasons. Because my family kept telling me, okay, when is your wedding, we'll inshallah have your party, we'll see your children, to have more children in the society. Okay, it is also social reason. Parenting motive also. Every one of us, male and female, they love to be father. She loves to be mother. It is naturally from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Naturally, you love to see children, to be father. Naturally, you love to be mother. Sex drive, like we need to eat, we need to drink, and we need to fulfill our desire. It is natural. This is one of the reasons. Now we have psychological motivation. Mental, you said, Brother Dr. Iftikhar, mental things. I love to have one in my life. I need love. So that love, and I need someone to appreciate me. I cannot wait to the end of the year in my school to give me appreciation day for the teachers once a year, to give me some food and some cookies. No, I need someone every day to tell me, MashaAllah, you are beautiful, MashaAllah, you are nice, you are handsome. I need that person from male and female side. Also, escape from loneliness, to be alone. As a human being, Allah created us to be with the society, to be with people, not to stay alone. Okay? We have some different reasons. It is a little bit strange, but we have it in our life. دوافع خاصة. الحصول على المال، طلب الشهرة، أو الزواج للنكاية، للعقوبة. Marriage for private motives, private reasons, obtaining money. He is really a rich person and I'm going to accept him. or she is really rich. One person get married from one lady, her age around 87, 89. 3 days later, she died. And then he inherited everything from her. He's lucky because he accepted her as a wife because of her money. But maybe she will live maybe 20, 30 years with you. So you have to be patient. However, we have this reason sometimes for paperwork. I need a green card. Please, can you get married? After he get the green card. And we have many, unfortunately, many bad stories about it. For private reasons, for paperwork reasons, for green card reasons, for passport, US passport reasons. But if that person is good enough to have like life with that lady, or that lady will have good life with that person, then they will have benefit from it after that, that's fine. But that reason should not be only reason. After I get what I want, then I will kick you out or I divorce you. It is haram. It is haram. Not acceptable. Talab al-Shuhra is very famous person, very famous in social media. She is very famous. Okay, and she got divorced from someone. Okay, let her finish her iddah and I will call her. I'm ready to get married because she's very famous. This reason also. So, but we have these reasons. But the best reason, what? Number one, because for the sake of Allah, because your God, your Lord, your Rabb, your Creator, created you, and He and His Prophet ﷺ motivated you and encouraged you to get married. At that point, if you go with this reason, you will take care of your spouse well. The rest of the reasons, you might have it, you might not have it, you might gain it or not, that doesn't matter. At the end, you are going to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes.
What is the last one? Marrying out of spite.
Okay, this is very good. Not very good, I'm sorry. It's very bad. Good question. You know, he is mad with his wife. He has no peace. She is giving him hard time, or he gives her hard time. But he cannot divorce her, and she cannot divorce him for some reasons we don't know. He went in Islam because you have right to have four wives. Not legally in America, of course, no. And we don't encourage people to get married from second or third or fourth wife here in America. But in other countries, it's allowed, it's permissible. Legally, it's okay. Why? Because Allah said, again, because Allah said, and Allah knows best for us. Now, that person, he wants to punish his wife to get married from a different one, from other one.
If you can handle the first.
But maybe because her personality, maybe she's different, she's giving him hard time. Her family, maybe his mother-in-law, you know, sometimes mother-in-law, father-in-law, sometimes sisters-in-law, and he wants to do something against them. I didn't hurt you, I didn't do anything, I just get married. But that thing is very bad for them. So this is one of the reasons. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not telling you this is like we have no. Some people, because this study showed why people they get married because of these reasons. It is right or wrong. We are not talking about it. We are talking about the reasons. Yes.
Isn't it a requirement that in order for somebody to have multiple wives, the current wives need to approve, and if they don't approve, then the nikah is not.
Wallahi, this question is valid question. To make it by law here in America, if your wife approve your second marriage, it will be legally, that is good. But I don't think so, they have it. In Islam, no. In Islam, she is not your guardian, legally. But in the reality, yes, she is your guardian, she is your boss, yeah, I know. But
So you need their
No need to hear. Because no wife in this earth will give you approval. So yeah, don't wait for approval from your wife to get married from second wife.
She just has the right to ask for divorce, right? That's what, I mean, that's
If-
Islam allowed, but
If she cannot handle that situation, for sure, and she is really good and well educated in Islam, and she should not ask for divorce for no reason. If her husband is good with her, spending time, taking care of her and her children, her house, everything, and she just asks for divorce, she might get not reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah will not reward her for that question. But it is not the end of the life. Naturally, Allah, when Allah Azza wa Jal says something in Quran Kareem, again, why I mentioned this answer, if you have something in Quran Kareem or Islam, permissible or haram or things because of Allah, so He knows best for us. Please do not argue with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do not fight Allah. Do not fight Him. If He put rules in Quran, do not put yourself in front of Him to say it is right or wrong. It is legal. I don't talk about legal or not legal. I don't care about this. It is our human. We put that in our hands. We might change it later. They change every day something. That's why they have Congress, they have representatives, they have, yes, to study and to produce every day something new. We don't know what will happen after a few years, right? But what things Allah put in Quran is forever till the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, and that is good for us. So I'm here not to convince you about second wife or not. This is not for the purpose of our workshop. Don't put me in that spot, okay? But we are talking about the reality that we have. Muslim world, around the world, even here in America, in Canada, in Europe, we are not talking about what legal things. It is a different story. We are talking about the rules of Quran, and we are here to learn more about Islam and to have peace in our life. Okay, let us go to other topic. I'm trying to summarize things quickly to give you an idea. Please, if you have any questions, raise your hand anytime or write your questions. We can answer, inshallah ta'ala. We have something here for about parenting, to have children. What if someone doesn't want to have children? I want to get married, but I don't need to have 15 children. I just want maybe 1 or 2 children. Should I have more children? Should I have compete others to have children? He has 5 children, we have 6, 7, 8, 9. May Allah have mercy upon my father. We have big family. Big family, may Allah have mercy upon him. And he has 2 wives. And still they are alive, mashallah. My mother and my second mother, we call her mother as well. We respect her, we love her. And alhamdulillah, the relation between brothers and sisters, very good, very healthy. So he used to tell us, Baba, you just have 2, 3 children. I need to see always a baby with you. You should not have, you should have baby all the time at your house. Always, you have to have baby. Few months age, or 1 year, 2 years max. After that, when he start to go to school, 4 years, 5 years, you have to have one more child. He has that. He motivates us, encourages us, parenting. What if I decide with my wife, I just need 2 or 3? What do you think? It is against Islam, or kind of organizing your life? My sister, when I go to vacation, I used to, before I came to America, I was in different country, but I would go to every year or every other year to my country. Every other year I see new baby on her lap. Every vacation. She, mashallah, has 11 children. So what if, of course, I didn't do that. I have that arrangement or that agreement with my wife that will have this number of children. Okay, to handle, to control, to things. It's permissible or not? Of course, yes. But to cut your children, I don't need any child. It is haram. Maybe your spouse needs to feel she is mother. She wants baby. Maybe she agreed with you in the beginning, but later on, after 1 year, 2 years, yeah. The haram side to cut your nasl physically, to go to the doctor, to make operation or surgery, so you will not have children anymore in your life, it is haram. You can organize it. This year, these 2 or 3 years, we don't need to have children now for some reasons, for job, for study, for work, for health issues. But later on, we would love to have children. Yes.
Even if I had, like, for example, two children, and I'm like, that's it, I don't want to do that anymore, and then I went and get like a vasectomy operation. Is that like,
Good question. If I have just 2 or 3 children, then I go to that operation or that surgery. What if, may Allah forbid, may Allah protect you, what if you lost these 2 or 3 children?
Yeah.
What you will do with yourself? So you need to have like plan B. And this is, again, this is the rules from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because for our own benefit. He knows best. And He knows. That's why our scholars and imams, they put these rules. It is forbidden to make surgery and to cut your children from male or female side. You don't know what will happen. You might change your mind, because we change our mind every 5 years. We change our plans, we change our priorities, we change many things every 5 years, by the way. Study showed that every 5 years, every one of us change his mind totally every 5 years. So then don't judge yourself. You might change your mind later. Yes. Yes, sister. Raise your voice, please.
One is, what if you have a discrimination of reproductive parts after you have children? Like if you don't, if you're at higher risk,
Good question. For this, for medical reason, and the trustworthy doctors recommend you to do this for your health, for your life, okay, that's fine. And this is exceptional. We cannot give that for everyone. It is exceptional. Yes, what's the second?
And then the second one is, since you said it's not allowed to like take out reproductive organs, what is Islam's view on like birth control?
Birth control is okay. Birth control is okay in Islam. Birth control is okay in Islam. Yes. Yeah, yes, sister.
I said I recently had a hysterectomy, but I already had 2 kids, so I didn't do anything haram.
Say it again.
I had a hysterectomy. My uterus is removed
Okay.
because of health reasons, but I already have 2 kids.
Oh, okay. That
I
is.
didn't do any haram.
No, you don't do any haram, because any medical issue, no. Islam with you. Islam is with you all the time. Islam wants to have you, for you to have good life, good health, right? Okay. Yes.
What would your advice be to a brother who married a Christian woman, but he's worried that she won't want to raise the children with like Muslim values, and she won't divorce him, and he doesn't necessarily want to divorce her either?
It will. I cannot like give general
Yeah.
answer, because each case is different, and we need to know more details, and maybe we can discuss about it in person.
Okay.
Yeah, that will be much better. Now our workshop to give you general information. You think about some certain stories or cases, we need to go in deep. Yeah. Yes, sister.
Are you available for like 8% question and answer?
Yes. If we have time, I don't know if we'll have, inshallah, enough time. Now, we might have. If not, you can reach me out later, inshallah. But please prepare your questions and we can help you. Let us go to other topic. Talking about preparation for marriage. And this is why we are here now. I know some of you already get married, Mr. Iyad, and your name?
Grace.
Race. So you are married. That's fine. Myself, my wife are here. We are already married and you have 4 children. But we can benefit from this topic as well. Psychological preparation for those about to get married. Okay, tell me. I will not give you that slide until I ask you the question. Okay, don't tell me please. Okay, what's the meaning of preparation for marriage in your mind? What did you do before you get married? Or if you are single, what you would like to do before you get married? Education about marriage. You finish your academic education before marriage to finish your education. Why?
I guess you can support yourself if you don't.
Okay.
For instance, if your like father can provide for you.
In this case, see what we mentioned now, the reason for marriage, we can put this statement maybe under that reason of marriage or the rules of marriage. Maybe he is studying now or she is studying, but she has need to get married and she cannot wait for 1 or 2, 3 years. And if she is studying in medical field 15 years, 20 years, wow, خلاص. So where are you there? At wajib, you have to, or at optional, or dislike, or forbidden haram? I don't know. I cannot measure. But maybe privately, you can ask, or you can observe yourself. You can evaluate yourself. Where I should put myself. At wajib, I have to right now, and I have to accept. I should not delay marriage. Or I have choice, wait 1 year, 2 years. Now it is not wajib. It is now in the level of choice. I have choice. I have option. I have yes or no. Or no, no way. Or dislike. If I get married, it is not good for my spouse, for my husband. Because of my study, I will not give him his right. I will not give right to my house or my children. My study is priority in my life. So it is dislike. So it is, I give you the rules and you put yourself here or there. Okay? What else? What do you think about marriage? Yes, sister.
Islamic, women rights.
Islamic rights. Women's Islamic rights.
And responsibility.
Women's Islamic right. What about man? لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله.
Right
لا
side
حول ولا
responsibility,
قوة إلا
not
بالله.
just
Just
right.
women, just women. We have right as well. We have right. Yes, sister. Good. See, I like this word, the rights of spouses. Thank you, sister. What is your name? Khadija, mashallah. So, Sister Dina, please say the rights of spouses. Otherwise, I will get mad. Otherwise, I will not continue my workshop for next week. Because we are going to talk about the right of wife and the right of husband very soon. Yes, but in general, what is marriage in Islam in your mind? Companionship, good. What else? Okay. Understanding. Give me. Huh? Sacrifice. Donna, did you read it here? Are you sure? Are you sure? 10 points for Donna, mashallah. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. What else? What you are saying is right, good, but I need more. Formal worship. We mentioned that in the beginning, right? It is kind of worship, act of worship. Yes. What else?
To know the women's psychology and men's psychology.
To understand each
Yeah.
other. Right. What else?
to accept each other when you can't get along,
To accept each other.
accept each other's opinions when your opinions are different.
10 points for Mr. Daniel. To accept the differences. Accept differences. So now we have two major things marriage in Islam. Sacrifice, accept differences. What else? Yalla. Something very important. And you know it. And I think I mentioned it a couple of times now. 3 major things marriage in Islam. Assalamu alaikum. Yes?
To feel love,
Huh?
to feel love
To feel love
and appreciate
and appreciative.
by
Okay,
Compatibility. Compatibility maybe.
maybe. What else? Yes,
I think the sister said it to please Allah. for the sake
to
of
please
Allah.
Allah. What else? Something, it is not only for Islam. Race? Race? You, her name is Race.
Yes,
yeah?
Race,
Race. It is not only in Islam, in everywhere. These 3 major things, you're supposed to have them in your marriage life to have successful life.
peace,
Peace,
Being
patience,
merciful.
be merciful, listen. What? Huh? Family. What we can put all of these words under one word? Responsibility. Marriage is responsibility. Responsibility toward your wife, toward your house, toward your children, toward your family, toward her family, toward yourself. Responsibility. قال عليه الصلاة والسلام كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. The one who is going to get married. One day, when Allah blessed me with the first son, Muhammad, and you know, first few months, you don't sleep well, you don't eat well, and you spend your time between home and hospital, and always call your parent to ask about your child. He's doing this, he's not doing this, he's crying, So I kind of complained to one of my teachers, scholars. I said, Allah, please pray for me. I have very hard time now. I have been 5-6 months. I don't sleep well. My wife, He said, oh, congratulations. You are father now. It is not cheap to have that title. It is responsibility. It is not easy to be husband and to be father and to be guardian. You have to pay for it. Take your responsibility, of course. So responsibility. What else? Prophet ﷺ said, every one of you, like shepherd, كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. Allah will ask you about people around you. Like your wife, Allah will ask you about your wife. Did you give her right or not? Did you give your husband his right or not? Did you take care of your house or not? Did you take care of your children or not? What you will do with your husband if he is in difficulties, if his job, if his business, if his boss told him, okay, I don't need to see you anymore, they kick him out from his work. And he has no job, no work. Maybe they took his car because the car for the company. What you are going to do with him? You are not my husband anymore? Of course not. Responsibility with him. في الحلوة والمرة, with you all the time. Your wife, if she gets sick, are you going to leave her? Are you going to divorce her easily like this? Responsibility. She is your wife. Responsibility. If she needs help, she needs support, she needs you, she needs time, she needs to talk with you. By the way, the woman, the wife, how many words she talks every day? Why you are laughing? Serious question. How many words you talk, ladies, every day?
a lot,
A lot. Give me numbers.
1,000 words.
7,000.
But the husband doesn't listen. They're too young.
Okay, no problem about so don't look at husband. Now let us focus on our things. The study showed that the woman, the lady, talk 18,000 words every day. And the husband talk around 2,000 or 3,000 words.
Does it count if you're sleeping and talking?
Okay, but at the same time, they did this study. They brought the bank managers, women, ladies, females. They work at the bank, bankers, or they are managers. And they asked them this question: for the major decision in your life, in your work, in your job, you ask who? 67 of them, they said, we ask our husbands. We rely on their opinion and we trust them. Responsibility, they trust each other. They took the responsibility for their life together, for work, for job, for life, for children. That's why responsibility, wife and husband, both of them, they have to feel it. As a husband, when I get married, I have a new responsibility now. You should not say, I used to do this, I used to do this. No, 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 no. You are now in a new life. You open a new page now. You should give up with all your habits. Your routine should be changed because you have now a new responsibility. My wife, then my children, my child, my daughter, my children. Okay? Responsibility. The wife, same. I used to do this. I used to hang out with my friends. I used to go every weekend, every week, every other week, every month. No. Khalas. Done. Now you have a new responsibility. You are not single anymore. You are wife. You are not single anymore. You are a husband now. Unfortunately, we have these issues with some people. When they get married, they don't understand the meaning of responsibility. They want to keep doing the same things they did before, or they are not ready to give up with their habits. They don't understand that he became husband or she became wife. Number two, Donna, what did you say? Sacrifice. Very important. There is no marriage, good marriage, happy marriage without sacrifice. Without sacrifice. Now you can ask your parents, all of you, ask your parent, how did they have that life with each other? Your mother and your father. They sacrifice. They sacrifice. And you can hear many stories. Many stories. And I give this, where is my wife? She's not here. I give this story, my story with my wife. Allah, it is a real story. I sacrifice. You know with what? Can you guess? Time? No, she is suffering with me from the time. Even my time at home with the community and with books, with programs, I sacrifice with something. Yeah, you can guess. Yeah. Yes. Sister.
You sacrifice or she did?
I sacrifice. Wallahi, I sacrifice.
Sugar and coffee.
Sugar in coffee. You attend one day with who said that?
Kinza, I heard you say it last time.
Okay, Kinza. I sacrifice. Thank you, Kinza. La hawla wa quwwata illa billah. I sacrifice sugar in coffee. I used to drink coffee with sugar. When I get married, she told me I don't drink coffee with sugar. I told her, yes, ma'am. And from that day till now, 20 years, I didn't drink coffee with sugar. I need to have peace in my life, you know. It is funny, but sometimes we need to sacrifice even with a major decision. It is not easy decision, by the way, sugar without coffee. Yeah. Sometimes, yes, planning to travel, planning to move, planning to have a house, planning to go here or there, planning to visit, planning to have this at your house or not. All of this you need to sacrifice. Always we have differences. Always. We are not copy-paste. Do not expect from your wife to be like copy paste from your mind. Do not expect from your husband to be like you in the way you think. No. But we have some certain things we are like common things we are agree with, but we still have many differences. We still have some many differences. Okay? Sacrifice. In details, I don't know. You have the details. You have the details in your life. You need to sacrifice. Okay, now the question is, should I sacrifice haram if he asks me to do haram, forbidden things, something wrong, big mistake, to commit sin, and he will be satisfied and will agree with me? Should I sacrifice with that? No, of course not. No. Haram, no. Should he sacrifice also to accept haram, to do haram, to please you or to satisfy you? Of course, no. Of course, no. Yalla, we have to have house. We have to have big house, new brand car. We need, and he has no money. Should he sacrifice and to do haram, illegal income to please his wife? Of course not. She has to sacrifice to be patient until Allah will give her barakah, until Allah will give him better job, until Allah will give him barakah in his life, right? She has to sacrifice. Maybe with just time. I need to wait. That's fine. Nothing will remain like forever. Everything will be changed later. Okay, let me sacrifice. Number 3. You don't see it? Okay. Acceptance of differences, sacrifice, and responsibility. Can you give me some examples about sacrifice or acceptance of differences? Cultural differences, yes.
I think even like daily stuff like sleep schedules, or like someone, for example, is more of a night owl, someone is more of a morning person, understanding that you'll come.
It is good. I agree with you, but we need to come closer to each other. Yani, I have some stories. Some husbands or wives, they complain against each other. Why? Because one day he said, I never ever have my breakfast at home because my wife always sleeps. When I asked her, please, and she said, no, I need to sleep. Okay. He said, Wallahi, I have been 7 years get married. I didn't have breakfast at home with her before I go to job. So we need to sacrifice. We need to sacrifice. Unless he is happy with that, that's fine. But he is suffering. He needs to have, to sit with his wife, to talk with him. Okay, you can sleep after you leave. You can arrange. Do not let your spouse suffering from you or because of you and you don't know that. Or you know but you don't like to change. It's a big issue. You know he is suffering from me, from this habit or from these kind of things. You should give up with your routine. You have to change, husband or wife. What they said here, there is no couples, no wife and husband match each other 100%. Never ever. Never ever. From Adam alayhi salam, from your father Adam alayhi salam, till the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. Okay? Just to make it easy for you all. There is no 100% matching agreement between wife and husband on this earth. What about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his wives? They have the agreement 100%? No. We have many stories with the wives of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and some stories you cannot imagine, you cannot believe, but that happened. That happened. One day Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, talking about responsibility, about sacrifice, about differences. One day Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was with his wife Aisha radiallahu anha, and he loves her. She loves him. Then in the middle of the night, he told her, Aisha, can I have permission from you to stand in front of Allah to pray? I'm going to leave your bed. But he took permission from her. Her right to stay with her as a husband. But he's so nice, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's so kind, rahmah, mercy. She told him, Ya Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, not oh my husband. She looked at him now, he is like messenger of Allah. She respected him. She told him, Ya Rasulullah, uhibbu qurbaka. I love to stay close to you. Touch your body. You are Rasul, you are my husband, and you are my husband, you are Rasulullah. The blessings, the barakah, the khair. But see here, sacrifice and responsibility. Because he wants to take his responsibility as a messenger to pray a lot in front of Allah. قُمِ اللَّيْلَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا يَا أَيُّهَا الْمُزَّمِّلُ قُمِ اللَّيْلَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا نِصْفَهُ أَوِ انقُصْ مِنْهُ قَلِيلًا. But he has also, he knows, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is husband and he has responsibility toward his wife. He took permission from him. She told him, yes, Ya Rasulullah, I love to stay close to you, but hawaya fi hawaya. I love what you love. You love to pray? Khalas, go and pray. See? Sacrifice. Sometimes we don't even sacrifice for anything. No. I said this. Why he said this? Why I have to sacrifice? He's supposed to sacrifice. Yeah, if we just think in this way, nobody will sacrifice, nobody will accept, nobody will take his responsibility. Khalas. No peace, no happiness, no tranquility, no mercy. We need to sacrifice for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the sake of our houses, our children, our life. Again, this is major three things, and I mentioned it a couple of times in many different occasions, especially when they called me for nikah ceremony, and they asked, Sheikh, can you give us short speech? Short. So I give them these three things. Marriage is responsibility, marriage is sacrifice, marriage is acceptance of differences. Otherwise, we cannot live in peace. The details you have it. You can make balance. Which things I have to sacrifice, which not. If you don't know and if you are not qualified enough to decide, you can ask experts. You can ask trustworthy friends, those who have they have experience, they have knowledge, they can guide you, they can help you. Do not ask bad friends. Do not ask bad friends. They will let you attack your spouse. They will let you fight your spouse. They will let you open cases against your spouse in the court, and they will provide you many phone numbers and emails of the lawyers and things that will help you. They are going to destroy you and your life. Do not listen to these people. Listen to people, they ask you to be patient and to be wise and to be good with your spouse. You don't know the full story. You don't know the whole story. You don't know. You just listen from this friend, from this husband, or from this wife. You have to listen to both of them. And you might listen to both of them, but you are not qualified enough to give them advice. You are not a certified person to guide, right? So the best thing you can do, guide them to the right person, to the right channel, if you want really to help them. Okay, we have 5 things about marriage. I will give you a break for 5 minutes, then we'll come back, inshallah, to continue our meeting or our workshop, inshallah. Prepare your questions. We'll come back to talk about more important things, inshallah. Hopefully everything is good now so far. If not, please let me know in the break now, 5 minutes. Let me know if we need to do something else, inshallah.